Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
All right, welcome to the MarcWes Sports Cast. Yo, let's just jump right into it. This week we had the battle.
You already know.
Young Jeezy and Gucci going
Gucci
at
go.
it, man.
Let
It
it
felt like
do.
a sport. And, I mean, Thursday night was lit for me. I don't know about you.
Like I told everybody, I was going to be at the crib. It was my day to cook, so I already prepared that early. You feel me? I had my lick on deck. You know, I was vibed out. Me and my wife was ready to go, you know. Gucci, boy, like.
Gucci is a savage.
That's why I fuck with niggas like that. You know, real
Savage.
recognize real. You feel me? Like.
Off top, just coming with the diss record.
That was the first thing.
Off.
You feel me? And you know, I seen a lot of the comments online. You know, people was like, "Oh, Gucci man." You know, like when I was watching it, because you know they also had people comments on there. They was like, "Wow, yo, so disrespectful," all type of shit. But yeah, I fuck with what you talking about. You feel me? Because this ain't no regular versus battle. This is a versus battle with people that got beef, and not just industry beef. They got street beef. You feel me? And if somebody would have put if somebody would have put 10K on my head for my chain, you feel me? And that's going on Jeezy. I would have done the same thing as Gucci man. You try to set me up. You try to put a hit on my head. You feel me, for my chain. And what happened to your homeboy? You feel me? Know what I'm saying? I had to handle that. You feel me? I had to murk that nigga. You feel me? Not only did I murk that nigga, I done, you feel me, try to bury that nigga in the back of a elementary or a middle school. But it's all good though. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, Gucci man went straight forward, because ain't no way. And it's been like 12, 13 years since they had that beef. You feel me? Gucci man, you feel me, done got locked up.
I think they were saying like 15, 20 years.
Nah, it's been like 12 years. Gucci man even, cause trust me, I know when the beef started, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And everybody know, Jeezy tried to say 20 years, and Gucci had to correct him right there on the live. You feel me? Know what I'm saying? It ain't 20 years. It's been this years. You feel me? But again,
Feels
you put
like 20 years.
10Ks on my on my head for my chain, and I had to murk a nigga behind that.
So Icy came out a long time ago, man.
Oh yeah, so Icy came so long, but you gotta understand that's the first time they actually performed that, and that's because Jeezy did some green ass shit. You feel me? It's my song, and you want me to put it on your album, but you got motherfucking Def Jams and all these motherfucking big corporations backing you, where I'm independent and Gucci man, and you want me to put my motherfucking track that's #1 everywhere on the motherfucking on the motherfucking track on your shit. Nah. When it comes to the battle, Jeezy was I fuck with Jeezy. Trust me, like I told you. Feel me? I went to the T.I. concert. Jeezy was came out before T.I. and Jeezy. Everybody was standing for Jeezy. I fuck with Jeezy. You feel me? As far as when it comes to that music shit, you feel me? Because he motivated me and a lot of my homeboys, you feel me, out here. But again,
first
Gucci
I'm gonna
man,
stack my flow.
Ooh, yeah. Nah.
And I'm gonna stack some more.
And then what? You feel me? But Gucci man came straight for it. You feel me? He went with the diss track first quarter, because at the end of the day, I don't know how people think that people could get over somebody trying to murder you. I'm almost losing my life behind you. You feel me? I almost lost my freedom behind you. You know what I'm saying? So just the plain fact that Gucci man put that to the side and was able to be in the same room, because me, I know I'm gonna be there on that 24/7. You feel me? 365. Like, ain't no way you gonna put a hit on me. I almost die. And I almost lose my freedom because, you feel me, they say I murked the nigga, even though I murked the nigga. But still, regardless of the fact, that
right.
It was self-defense, but that battle was raw and cut. Juicy came fly as fuck. You know, I love the tracks Jeezy done did. You feel me? I love all the tracks, but Gucci set the tone.
Played a whole lot more. Jeezy could have played a whole
Of course he could
lot
have.
more.
His motherfucking catalog
like,
long.
Music alone, he would destroy Gucci,
yeah.
on any platform to me. Yeah, but you just gotta love how Gucci just came out like a savage,
like
on
a street
Jeezy.
nigga.
I'm just like, wow, just like disrespectful track after disrespectful track.
Sure.
I was like, damn, and then Jeezy just like chilling there, like it's whatever, man. I got real estate, I got money. And I got better hits, so it's whatever.
Yeah, but I
that's how I felt
understand
like
that.
he was taking it in the moment. But I felt like Gucci coming out with them diss tracks was the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Because he set the tone for this battle. He set the tone like out the gate, like,
Jeez,
yo, I'm
like,
coming for your
already?
head, yo.
Already?
I was
Set
just
that
like,
tone.
wow. I was like, wow. But it was great to just watch, just because to me it was like the best concert in 2020. I was like, thank you for 2020. I actually get to see a little bit, of what a concert would be, in this crazy year that we're in. But, I felt Jeezy won the battle overall. But savagery,
Nah.
I give it to Gucci.
Nah, I don't think Jeezy won the battle. I don't think Gucci won the battle. Like, for real. Even though them tracks that Jeezy came out with was hard, that was the tracks that I grew up with, bumped with, you feel me, and certain shit like that. But again, I
brought
know
up
Gucci,
a lot of good memories,
and
yo.
I
Just like,
motherfucking
wow.
been listening to Gucci. So regardless if it was on his mixtape, he was coming out with different shit from his catalog. Like we were saying before, he got his mixtape game can
ridiculous.
do a little something against Lil Weezy. You feel me?
It's
Know what I'm saying?
ridiculous.
But again, Gucci Mane, I think it was a tie. But if you talking about like what you saying, street shit, Jeezy ain't want no pressure, and not just that. Like I said, I seen on Big Meat saying, you feel me, you was pussy. You feel me, saying that you ain't no real nigga, and everybody in the streets know BMF. You feel me? Most niggas in the industry know BMF.
Gucci on the song is like, you smell that pussy, you smell that pussy, not as Jeezy. I was just like, damn.
Once he came out with the truth,
I was like, damn.
the truth.
Wow.
Oh man, it was a done data, but yeah, it was something to watch. You feel me? I think I was never gonna see this. Now, mind you, this the first time they ever performed this song together since that video. First time ever.
So it was good to see them do So Icy at the end. So Icy at the end was pretty dope to just see them vibing out, like, yeah, we beefing, we don't like you, but I agreed to do this for the culture.
It was for the culture, but
we're gonna
it was
do
for
So
money.
Icy, just to end this.
Man,
but I felt like it should have been longer. I felt like it should have gone at least
Another
2 more
hour.
hours.
You feel
At
me?
least 2 more hours.
See, but you got to think about it. At the end of the day, I know people saying that it's for the culture, but like, fuck that shit. It was really about money, because everybody know
gotta score on
everybody
who won.
that wind up being on the
Like a
versus
boxing
challenge,
match.
the versus challenge, what whoever they was going versus with, their stock went up on Spotify and every different platform where you can stream people music. So yeah, I understand that people saying it's for the culture. Yeah, it's for the culture. But again, like Gucci Mane was saying, you know what it was. I'm gonna play these tracks. I'm not gonna motherfucking pussyfoot around it. You know what? We got beef, and I'm gonna play the tracks the diss tracks, new diss tracks, and old diss tracks. And not just that, I'm gonna make money behind this, because everybody that came on the Versus Challenge, they wind up making a lot more money on these streaming platforms. So yeah, I understand people want to say it's for the culture. Rest in peace, King Von and everybody else. But it was about the money, and I fuck with Gucci Mane. I fuck with you too, Jeezy. But real recognize real, and if you did that, then I gotta only fuck with on Gucci, because I only fuck with real niggas. And if you a fake nigga, then I can't fuck with you.
All right, so let me give my score, because we're all into hip hop here, so I'll give my little 2 cents. And truthfully, I ain't gonna lie. I came up more on Jeezy, so I always liked Jeezy's shit. His production was always tight.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I like when Gucci Mane was coming out. Both of them, I always thought, hot take, Gucci Mane was trash.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when I sat down and watched this, I scored this shit like almost like a boxing match. It was 25 songs, right? So for the person who won, I gave him a 1, and for whoever I felt lost, got a 0. So when I tallied up the score, right, it was weird, because at the beginning, Jeezy Man was winning. I mean, Jeezy Man. Jeezy, man. Young Jeezy was winning, right? At the beginning, then boom, then Gucci Man started coming back in the middle, eating him. I'm like, damn, Gucci's eating him now. And then at the end, Young Jeezy started coming back. But pretty much my score was 16 or 15 Young Jeezy, musically. So
how much?
Six. So Jeezy won by one song in my score. The game winner, I think the game winner was actually The Truth, because even that one, like when he played The Truth, I think Jeezy played one of his best hits. I forgot what it was, but even after that, I was like, yo. After that motherfucker said, even after that song was done, he was like, in the dirt. I was like, okay, this motherfucker is not playing.
So you got it for Gucci, not Jeezy.
No. Musically, I have Jeezy winning by one song. But I think this is like one of those games where like the QB has mad stats and the wide receiver has mad stats, but the team still fucking loses. I think Gucci Man won that Herbert. Just off of the music was almost like a tie. Like I said, Jeezy won by one song, depending on who you talk to. But the showmanship, the energy, the just overall, like Gucci was like, he looked like he was ready for war. You know what I mean? So I gotta.
Did y'all see?
So that's my score.
Yeah, I see. I see this. I understand, but that's why I say it was tied because. Yeah, I know that Jeezy lyrically, everybody know that Jeezy's probably better than Gucci. Probably not for right now because I heard the Recession 2 and the Recession 2 is trash. It's not the Jeezy that I expected. I really didn't like none of the you was saying real shit. It's not like you was rapping. You was rapping good. You feel me? But it was it what I expected from Jeezy? Nah. So yeah, Gucci coming out with hits right now to this day. So again, even though I grew up on Gucci and Jeezy got better lyrics when a lot of shit, Gucci say that real shit, man.
The last thing I want to say was that this versus made me realize that Gucci is actually a better rapper than Young Jeezy.
Exactly.
Like I always liked Jeezy, but I'm realizing I liked him better just because like the production was just tighter. He just had like a more like polished sound.
Exactly.
Where Gucci, he was like independent, so his shit really sounded like it was coming straight out of the fucking trap. You know what I mean? And his shit sounded rough, so I ain't really. But as I'm listening to like the flows, like Jeezy kind of always had like that same like 1-2 flow. But Gucci has like he's got like different flows, and so that kind of made me realize I think Gucci Man is actually a better rapper than Young Jeezy.
Man, I think Gucci Man is a better
I disagree 100%.
Real nigga. You feel me?
I disagree.
Gucci
100%
Man is an overall real nigga.
About Gucci being a better rapper than Jeezy.
You heard Recession 2?
Yeah, I heard Recession 2.
That shit. You like that shit?
I mean, there's a bunch of Gucci tracks that are very basic.
Oh,
too.
trust me, I know.
Very basic.
Trust me, a lot of his mixtapes, I only like probably like 2 or 3 tracks from the 20 tracks that's on that mixtape. Trust me, but it don't matter. Gucci saying real shit. You feel me?
So
he got different flows.
Jeezy's saying real shit too.
Shit.
I mean, I like both, obviously, but I love Gucci. I love his grit, like his hardcore style. But Jeezy's is dope too. It's like, but if I had to pick one, it's gonna be Jeezy. If I could do without one, sorry, it's gonna be Gucci Man LaFleur. But I love Gucci though. Like I love Gucci, and like he has some songs like I forgot about that he was playing. So he could compete with any down south. I would say the only other rapper that could probably contend with Gucci is T.I. to me, as far as like down south rappers. I mean, I'd take Gucci over Bun B right now. Because of his catalog. His catalog is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's got too many hits.
I think about the versus battle. I think it was great, but I think that it should have been T.I. versus Jeezy. Cause both of them got like that platform and them hits that's been like worldwide type shit. I think Gucci should have went against like someone like Yo Gotti, but I don't think it probably would.
Gucci would destroy Yo Gotti.
Gucci probably
on,
would
man.
go against Yo
Destroy
Gotti
him.
and destroy him. But again, they also got that beef behind Keisha Kayor. You feel me? Nah. Yo Gotti
Nah.
against Young Dolph, yeah. But
Gotti
I don't know.
would
I don't
body
know if
him.
that's gonna work because
Gotti would body him.
shit, he tried to body him in real life. You feel me? So regardless of the fact, I think it would have been a better thing if Gucci would win against Yo Gotti, but everybody know the beef, so that would have been a better thing for the culture because everybody's dying right now. Let's show these young niggas that we can squash a little beef and make this little bread, this, that, and the other. King Von, he wasn't here to see this, you feel me? Mo 3 wasn't here to see this. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle, even though his homeboy sneaked him, you feel me? A lot of niggas don't wind up dying, and I really think that's the reason why they wind up doing this, you feel me? One, for the culture, but two, really for the bread, you feel me? Because like I said before, everybody stock went up after every versus battle. It ain't matter if you was R&B, it ain't matter if you was rap. You know, so
Of course, money motivates everything. You know, did you see the Thursday night? That was raw. That was dope how this shit happened on a Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
So, but did you see the Thursday night football game?
I seen a little bit of it because I was caught up in the Gucci. You feel me?
Yeah, but it was still long late, so I was watching that and the battle at the same time. It was dope to watch both. So, I mean, to see the Seahawks beat the Cardinals, I mean, it was a great game, back and forth battle. Kyler Murray just didn't come through in the clutch, where
sacked.
he should have ran more in that last drive. If he would have ran more in the last drive,
but he couldn't. They was containing his ass. They was containing him majority of the game.
he just wasn't making the decision to run.
And
Like
not just
he
that,
felt like he could win with
you
his
seen
arm.
you seen how he got hit like
and-
5. He got hit by literally in the beginning of the game like 5 times, and he changed the way.
You gotta slide.
You know what I mean?
And
You gotta
and
slide.
he does a great job of sliding. He should have got more yards on the ground. If they did that in this game, I think the Cardinals would have won. My takeaway from this game though is that both of these teams are legit teams that can win and go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, just because you got a quarterback that can win you the game in those final moments. But Seattle is a team that's just got
They're young.
issues on defense. Like,
Yep.
if they could just find a way to stop people, I think what's really hurting them is obviously COVID, because they ain't got the fans, the 12th man.
See, but everybody
You
dealing with
know,
that shit.
so but they really got the advantage. Remember that's where the beast quake happened, where it actually kind of like shook a little bit. So, you know, I think that's really something that they're missing right now, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens with them.
I mean, I think
But I think both can make it to the Super Bowl.
I think
Straight
both
up.
can make it to the Super Bowl. I think both is like a real good team or a title contending team. Sometimes, you know, every team gonna have their ups and downs. Like I said, I've been praising Russell Wilson for the longest, and he, you know, the last few games he's been letting me down. But like you was alluding to the last podcast, you were saying normally when they don't have a running back that's gonna go ahead and give you them yards that you need, you put everything on Russell Wilson, and he's probably gonna go ahead and turn over, and that's exactly what they didn't do. You know, they had a solid game. You know, Russell Wilson, he had people around him. His running back was doing their thing. The defense, yeah, we know that their defense been suspect for the longest, but, you know, they played a decent game. I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and pretend like they're just worldly. Nah, they did what they needed to do to actually win the game. But like I said in the beginning, Kyler Murray, he wind up getting hit like 5 times, and those 5 times, you know, a few of those hits, I was like, damn, like, you know, he really got hit like that. And right when you seen he got hit like that, he kind of settled down and wasn't the scrambler that me and you know. You feel me? And everybody else know.
It definitely affected him.
You know, it affected him. And it's just one game.
It's only a shoulder injury, so he should be able to shake that off. At least in 2 games. But they're definitely a team that I think can really make it to the, championship level this season. Another thing that happened this week was the NBA draft.
Woo.
So first of all, we drafted a dude named Precious. The Miami Heat drafted Precious, not the actress, not the girl from high school that you know and I know, but Precious. But he looks like he's a dog from what I've seen. Could be another Bam.
Yup.
So you just have another rim protector potentially. Hopefully he could develop a shot. He seems like he's willing to take the shot more. So I really think he can actually develop
a little bit better than
Bam. Unfortunately, I didn't want to say that. And Wes knew that.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. You feel me?
But I still feel like Bam has potential to really develop a shot as well.
Yeah.
And plus, all the other stuff that he gives you, you might as well stick with him.
I'm already thinking about next year when you're trying to ask for that bread. So it's all good. But again, we wind up signing Precious. Like Marcus said. He's exactly. I don't remember his last name. He got a weird last name. I think True or something like that. But we wind up getting him again. He's like identical to it, Bam. When we wind up getting Bam a few years ago, 3 years ago in the draft. I do think that we wind up getting him because of Bam, because Bam is going to be asking for some money next year, and we trying to get. Like someone like Giannis or a superstar. Ain't no point of us paying you that bread. Goran Dragic is a better player than you, Bam. And we gave him when we gave him. Yeah, we understand he's old, but he's still productive. You, like I said, you're not consistent with the shot. You feel me? I fuck with you. Like, it's loyalty over here, but again, at the end of the day, you don't have the shot that renders that high contract. Yeah, you give everything. You give the energy. You give the rebounds. You give the grit that comes with being a Miami Heat player. I mean, if you wind up agreeing with the culture that we wind up having over here, I fuck with you. But again, we wind up grabbing Precious because I know we're gonna go ahead. You're gonna go ahead and try to ask for some bread, and we only have a certain amount of cap. You're not a superstar. I don't even think you made an all-star, but I think that because your shot is not consistent, like you're gonna wind up getting left out. And it's bad for me to even say this, because like you're the engine that we have over here in the Miami Heat. Goran and Duncan, they're the wheels, but you're the engine because you give us all that energy. But I think it was a great move by the Miami Heat. Pat Riley, he already said that we're gonna run it back. I think salary cap for every league went down for this upcoming season. So I think that as far as what the Heat is doing right now, we brought everybody back. Sorry, Derek Jones, I fuck with you. But again, going with you, when I look at you, you embody the Heat. But I ain't gonna be mad at you for getting that bread from Portland. 2 years, $19 million. You deserve that. Of course, if you were gonna stay in Miami, you was not gonna make that bread. Why? Because we're waiting for next year. We need to make sure that we finesse shit a certain way so we can wind up getting that superstar. But yeah, the draft was great.
Yeah, another thing that happened in the draft is because the draft, I mean, to be honest, it was kind of boring. I barely really watched the NBA draft anyway, but
it's not like the NFL.
I think I watched, the first 3 picks.
Yeah.
And then I stopped watching it. And then I just heard that we picked up a guy named Precious, which just made me laugh.
Yeah, I didn't even know
so
Precious.
We did. Yeah. I mean, because, my point is like we got so many players that are from that are not from here and barely went to college, especially last year with this COVID year. like most of the time you'll see all of these players play during March Madness, and we didn't have March Madness this year, unfortunately. So we didn't see a lot of these players play in big moments. Okay. So you didn't really kind of see what to look for as far as who has that dog in them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard to see who was good. So you got to rely on NBA scouts, players or former players that really can look at tape overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So overseas, like what Lamelo did was play professionally.
Yep.
He decided to skip college and just go straight to playing overseas professionally. So should this really be a trend? Do you feel like players that are just balling in high school, it's like, why even go to college? It's one and done anyway. I'm not going to earn a degree in 1 year. So why not just play overseas, get some real bread, culture myself a little bit, and come back when I'm drafted? And start playing for the NBA.
See, but that's good also.
It sounds like the play to me, man. The Balls are playing it how it's supposed to be played.
They should do that, but that's the whole reason why that's the whole reason why the NCAA need to motherfucking start paying motherfuckers money. Because if they wind up paying them decent money, not just a scholarship, then what you're talking about, like, it wouldn't be a shock. Like, let me just go overseas to go ahead and get money because I've been getting money. So and decent money, not some bullshit money. I mean, if you're gonna pay them, you gotta pay them some real shit. But yeah, I think that was a good thing, a good topic that we jumped on. But I think the topic that we're gonna jump on right now is Jrue Holiday. He got acquired by the Milwaukee Bucks from the New Orleans Pelicans,
which I think is just a terrible move. Like, it's just like, why? You think Jrue Holiday is the answer? So you got Jrue Holiday. To me, it's just evidence to me that it's going to be a repeat for the Bucks, just like it happened in 2020. Yep. I just don't feel like they're a team that's really formidable. I feel like it's a team that the Heat would definitely beat again in 6 games.
Yep.
Especially if we got our own squad, like our whole squad playing.
Mm-hmm.
If we got a couple of injuries, I feel like we could still beat the Bucks.
Of course.
Just because of that culture.
Of course.
To me, it's going to be sad for the Bucks, right? When it's free agency next year and the Greek Freak is ready to go somewhere and he's going to be like, fuck.
Ready to go
The
somewhere.
Heat beat us again.
Exactly.
Like, I think I'm going to take my talents to South Beach, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to get him, and then, like, the Bucks are not going to get anything for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're definitely not going to trade because you just got Jrue Holiday, so that was, like, your trade. So that's what you decided to do. So he's going to play, obviously, this year, and he has a choice next year. My choice, if I'm the Greek Freak, I'm not coming back to no Milwaukee. Come on, man.
There?
Like, Jrue Holiday, I mean, I just don't see any reason for him to stay. So I feel like the Greek Freak coming to Miami, whether you like it or not, Wes, I think is going to happen.
I know it's going to happen. I think we're going to wind up.
But we also got Dragic for 2 years. They just re-signed Dragic for 2 years.
Exactly.
And the best cheerleader that we got, Miles Leonard.
Hold on. Wait.
So we got a number one cheerleader.
I know y'all motherfuckers know. I know y'all motherfuckers remember when I said that and Marcus was giving me smack behind, like, damn. So you think you should bring back the team? I'm like, yeah, I think you should bring back the team because I don't want to trade nobody. I want to motherfucking have the core, this, that. Nah, you was giving me the business.
I said, yeah, we should bring back the whole squad except for Kendrick Nunn. If Kendrick Nunn is the one player that I would trade for,
man,
but bring back everybody else.
Look. Like I was saying before, I need to go back and see that because I don't want to argue with Marcus right now on this podcast about something that happened. And you feel me before? But
we can look at the tape.
From my recollection, that's exactly what I'm gonna do right when I, finish recording this one. Is like, I was saying that the Heat should go ahead and bring everybody back. The only person that I want to bring back was Udonis Haslem. I said that he should wind up being a coach. But again, I understand that Caron Butler
he's the practice coach, man.
Yeah, but still,
he's the number one practice coach in the league.
It's different. It's different when you a coach, and it's different when you one of the players. You feel me? So I think that's the reason why he put him. They put him again on the team, so he could really be considered a player. Because again, at the end of the day, we got the NBA got rules, the NFL got rules. Coaches could only be around the players a certain amount of time, and this, that, and the other. But if you're an actual player, you could be around them 24/7. Ain't nothing. So I think that's the reason why Udonis Haslem is winding up being a Heat player again. Of course, I know it's loyalty. Udonis, I fuck with you. Remember, I told you. I think you should be a coach, but again, if you whatever you need to do, and Pat Riley, the Godfather, need to do to make sure this thing keep going, then do what it is. You feel me? Y'all know better than me. You feel me? But again, as far as what you saying, Marcus, I think we're gonna wind up getting Giannis. Remember, I told you Chad Ochocinco had a talk with Jimmy Butler. Something's in the brewing, and they didn't want to go ahead and let it out. But again, regardless of the fact, we know that last season was a fluke season. So, the Miami Heat did good in that little short period of time when we wound up playing in the bubble, because it was maybe 75% of the season done. But like the Miami Heat is doing what they need to do. Keep this core together. Derrick Jones, I salute you. Come back later if it is if you wind up showing motherfuckers that you are the truth. Because we got a history of players leaving the Miami Heat and not doing what it do at that place. Because then we have who was the shooting guard that we had that we wound up trading to the New Jersey? We paid him all that money because the Brooklyn Nets had
Jason Richardson.
Nah, Johnson. His last name is Johnson. You feel me? The one that always got his tooth knocked the fuck out. Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson is not the same Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson is not the same Tyler Johnson when he was with the Miami Heat. And, that's just, I want to make sure that, everybody know I fuck with all these players that come from the Heat, but the culture means a lot.
Yo, you know what was sad this week that happened, though, man? Who's a player who I always refer to as the John B. He looks like John B out there playing basketball, and that's China Klay Thompson, man. Klay Thompson went down this week with an Achilles injury. Unfortunate situation for Klay Thompson, because he's one of the more prolific scorers from three and just mid range, and one of the better defenders in the league. NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, went down for the season for the second time in a row, really, because the last time we saw Klay Thompson was in the finals, and he got hurt, and he was out for that whole season. So now he's going to be out for another. I mean, it's really sad to really see, because you really want to see him just, play, because he's one of the best shooters in this game right now. He's one of the Splash Brothers. So now you really have to depend on Steph Curry to really kind of carry that team if you're a Golden State fan. So now my question is what do they do now? I mean, they did pick up Kelly Oubre, which I saw, which I think is kind of. I think he's kind of trash to me. I think he's kind of a decent defender, but there's
that is not.
I would say 80% of the Heat, 80% of the players that are on the Heat right now, I would take over Kelly Oubre.
Exactly. No. What you
so
saying? So
why do it? I mean, is that dynasty done? Is really the question I'm getting to.
The dynasty is done
because Steph Curry, is still.
He's sweet.
A great player.
Sweet.
And Klay Thompson, if he can finally come back, he's not going to be 100%. Then you got Draymond Green, who we all saw. Draymond Green can't do shit without those two boys. Because where was Golden State last year? Disappeared like into thin air. You know, you forgot that was even a team.
He's like I said.
So
he's a product of the culture, like the Miami Heat. Every player
could that
leaves the
dynasty
Miami
be
Heat
done just like the Patriots dynasty
It's fucking
is
done.
done too? I mean, I don't know. I'm not ready to write it off just yet.
It's done.
Because they could pick up one more player
It's
and
done.
keep that going.
Done.
You know, just somebody who's a 3-and-D guy,
It's
because that's who Klay Thompson is.
Like who you would put on Golden State without trading to make them championship contenders
the
again?
only one that I can
Who?
really think about,
Giannis.
just keep the light skin thing going, man.
Who?
Is the dude from Boston, damn,
motherfucking
I can't think of his name right now.
the
I
one
don't know why.
that was off during the playoffs against the Miami Heat that couldn't do shit
I feel
until
like if he
the
could,
fourth quarter.
if he could develop to somebody and they get like another Duncan Robinson or something like that, a player like that,
Nah,
I feel like they could be back.
I think the dynasty is over. I don't think the Golden State I fuck with Steph Curry because him and Klay Thompson, they got that stroke when it comes to the motherfucking 3-point shot. Like you're hitting it 20 feet away. You feel me? You're hitting it close to the logo. You know, I think Klay Thompson is a better player than Steph, but that's another story. That's another shit that motherfuckers probably gonna give me the business about. But Steph Curry, Klay defends better than you. Klay can shoot as consistent as you. I think you're a better shooter than him, but not by much. You know, so I do think this ACL injury, first the ACL injury, and again now you got the Achilles injury. You know, now you got the
whammy.
Achilles. It's a double whammy for
Unfortunately.
you. You know, it can be a bad thing or a good thing. Bad thing wise,
Oh,
because
it's a bad thing.
it's gonna be a bad thing because again you're gonna be garbage as fuck this year. You're not gonna be as bad because of course you got Steph Curry, so you won't have a top 3, top 5 pick like you had this year in the draft.
I mean,
So it's gonna
I
be a
mean,
little harder for you to
that
come
really
back
does
from that.
depend on who they drafted, because I have no idea who they drafted.
Exactly,
But
he's a nobody.
They obviously drafted somebody high though.
Nobody.
So that could be a good player. Let's just say they're a decent player.
Oh my
you know?
god! I know
I feel
about
like that's a
Lamelo
team that
before
could
everybody
probably
else,
still-
and he was number 3.
They can still make the playoffs.
They could make the playoffs, but are you
They'll
gonna
definitely
win?
make
You
the
know,
playoffs.
we're from Miami, man. You know what it is, man. This fucking championship or bust. All that other bullshit don't mean shit. You feel me?
Shit.
Like
sometimes
come on,
the
man.
Heat don't make the playoffs. Though.
Exactly, and I'd rather them not make a playoff and have a better draft and do what we do so we could build for next year.
Yeah,
I
but on
ain't
that-
trying to
on
always
that
make
edge,
the playoffs. You trying to
when-
be like Milwaukee, always
when-
make it to the Eastern
Whenever
Conference
you on
Finals and
that
lose?
edge, I mean,
The fuck is that?
I mean, when's the last? I mean, it's been 7 years. It's been 7 years since we last won a title.
Because LeBron
You know?
sabotaged our ass, man. he sabotaged us. So I'm not gonna dwell on that. I'm gonna dwell on the
But
fact
we right
that
there. We
did it with
right
who?
there.
We did it with who? You feel me? Blue collar. Know what I'm saying? Bring your sandwich bag. You feel me? With your Arizona or whatever. That's the niggas that we motherfucking got it from.
Love
you feel
Arizona.
me? At the end of the motherfucking day, motherfuckers that gonna give
Dude,
you
I love
what Bam
Arizona, man.
Adebayo's giving you. Even though Bam Adebayo,
Yeah,
I don't think
Arizona
he gonna
iced
be here
tea.
next year
I get
'cause
that
he gonna ask
energy
for a
shit
lot
now.
of money, and you know I think it's
Don't
gonna
sleep
be
on
an end
Arizona.
for you because I know motherfuckers looking for superstars, and I think that you just a star or close to a star. Now, again, when it comes to that, I think the dynasty is over. Like you said, like Chris said, like everybody in the NBA know, like Hassan Whiteside know when he was talking about Draymond Green. You're a product of the fucking culture. The only reason you're the way that you are is because you got 2 shooters, Klay and motherfucking Steph Curry, doing this thing at the 3-point line. Like, they don't even need to be at the 3-point line. They can still be over there by the motherfucking logo, and they're going to make the fucking 3. It's the only reason why you're fucking good. You feel me? Again, they weren't here this season, and what happened to you? Garbage. So, do I think the dynasty is over? Yes, because how you going to come back for ACL and a fucking Achilles? You know, I think you're going to come back, but are you going to fucking be the same player? Hell fucking no. Everybody fucking know that you're not going to be the same player. Do I hope you are the same player so you can fucking kick LeBron bitch ass out before he even make the finals? Yes, I hope you do come back and make 120% recovery, 1,000% recovery, million% recovery. But I think it's over for y'all. I think you're going to come back because like I was saying, when you got the shot, you're always going to have a chance in the NBA. So he has the shot. He's a fucking sniper at the three-point line. He's a sniper at the motherfucking logo. So Klay Thompson, good luck, salute, rehab. I know the Achilles is something crazy, but motherfucking Cam Wake came from it and he did his thing. So I think it's over.
I mean, I still think one more player, they could possibly take down
one more
LeBron.
Superstar.
They just need one more
superstar
than those fuck ass Lakers got right now, and somebody I have a chance. But another thing interesting that came out this week was Toronto gonna move to Tampa. What, they gonna be the Tampa Raptors?
Fuck 'em.
Just because Canada was like, nah, we're not playing. COVID season is rampant, and we're not doing that, which is smart by them.
Understandable.
But
they gotta get this bread.
We're America, and we're about that bread. And how dare you take our sports away from us?
It's cool.
It's our God-given right.
Toronto ain't going nowhere this year anyway, so it don't even fucking matter. I think the Lakers was thinking about trying to get Kyle Lowry, so it's kind of dysfunctional in Toronto anyway. So regardless of the fact, I know Toronto is coming to Tampa to play, but it ain't nothing like the motherfucking Miami Heat, because I think it's gonna be a detriment to you guys because you guys are used to being in the cold, and you're gonna come and play in the heat. So, I think Chris said the hub is supposed to be Miami, Atlanta, Tampa, and where else? And Orlando.
So those three, man.
That's four. That's 4 hubs. It don't matter.
Yeah.
And who you think gonna benefit from that? The
it.
southeastern states. Anybody from the southeastern,
Georgia and Florida.
You feel me? Georgia, Florida, New Orleans. The
football hotbed.
It's gonna be a big ass party, and I'm ready to see it. You
so
feel
the
me?
football hotbed is gonna now become the basketball hotbed.
Hey, it is what it
because
is.
That's what's gonna be played.
It's going to be popping in Dade County because everything's always popping in Dade County. And if the Miami Heat do run it back and double back and make it to the motherfucking finals and we're healthy, and then LeBron James make it to the finals, I don't have no problem with Pat Riley and the motherfucking Miami Heat motherfucking, followed by the UM, followed by the Panthers, followed by the Marlins, everybody back in the Heat to beat LeBron in the finals this upcoming season. I mean, I think they're letting.
I'm not going.
Chris just asked.
I'm good to go.
Chris just asked.
Like, if the question was if they let fans into the arenas at these basketball games, would you go to them? And if you're asking me, no, I am not going to the basketball games in a closed arena. Maybe a football game because it's more open. There's more free-flowing air. Definitely not into a dome. There's no reason to really, unless you're a diehard fan or unless you're in a box or something like that.
I ain't going.
But I feel like the experience at home is just as good, and you can watch multiple screens if your cable is good like that.
Yeah, no.
So you might as well stay home, stay safe, especially out here in 2020. COVID season is still, now season. So I definitely would not do it. So
I wouldn't.
I guess we should just roll into the NFL. And my first question before we get into the picks, though.
AB?
Yeah. It's AB, man. Like, damn, AB. Like,
goop.
why? First of all, how did this news come out? If you didn't hear, AB got allegedly accused of destroying security cameras, and this didn't come out until after there was an agreement with him to play for the Bucks. So the question is, did the Bucks know? Should the NFL really come after AB for that? And yeah, like, did the Bucks know or whatnot? The real question is like, damn, why are you destroying security cameras though? Like if it's true, this is all allegedly, but like, I don't know. Right. So with his past, it's like you don't want to give these people a reason to fuck with you. So like why is this coming up? Because you're already on the verge of being blackballed from the NFL, which is what they do to certain players, and they have done that to players in the past. I feel like you're on your way for that, and you should be lucky that you're able to even play in a game right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I just don't know like how this comes out like after the fact.
Exactly. That's why I don't be wanting to hear that motherfucking shit. Shit like that. They saying they're not pressing charges. They're not doing a whole lot of shit. So why the fuck we even talking about this fucking topic? It's just a motherfucking somebody that just want to bring somebody fucking down. They fucking jealous about whatever it is. Oh, this motherfucker got all this money, so he think he can still do this shit. And they probably, somebody spoke, oh, go ahead and leak that shit, and you could probably fuck up his money. Man, I don't even want to hear about this fucking story. But again, at the end of the day, everybody that's trying to bring somebody fucking down gonna listen to the fucking story. Again, it's allegedly that he broke the motherfucking camera and this, that, and the other. But if you ain't pressing charges, it's bullshit to me. I don't want to hear about it. Next fucking topic.
All right, so let's just jump into it's still crazy. It's just like, damn, man. Like, why the hell?
It's playing because it's
he
bullshit.
Was signed before this news came out.
Exactly, because it's bullshit.
He's playing okay. He's playing decent. He's got a couple catches here and there. He's not setting the world on fire. He's at the end of his career.
And not just that, but he got motherfucking other wide receivers that does what he do.
Right. He's not starting over a Chris Godwin or a Mike Evans. Come on. You're going to be third at best and probably not even third. So my question is, before we get into the picks, though, is that the Pittsburgh Steelers are still undefeated right now. Usually down here after the last team, loses, what we do down here, we pop champagne because another team did not destroy the great undefeated record of the Miami Dolphins.
You already know.
So we're still waiting on that right now. This does not seem like the week that it's going to happen. Obviously, because they play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cool. So, obviously, they'll play some better teams down the line. So, we'll have to hold off probably this week on that champagne. But if they do go undefeated, let's just say they do.
It ain't happening.
Will it have an asterisk because it's COVID season?
Motherfucking course. What the hell you think? You feel me? The motherfucking championship for LeBron is going to have a fucking asterisk. So even if Miami would have won, it would have had an asterisk. But I wouldn't have gave a fuck because we still won. Shit, straight the fuck up.
So it don't really matter. It's just like the people. Yeah, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, it's like, fuck that. We won that shit.
Yeah, we won. So, but me personally, I think this game is gonna be like another game where they win and add on to their undefeated winning streak right now. They're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we know Jacksonville Jaguars are still in the running for getting a new quarterback. So I don't even think they really want to win this fucking game. I don't think they want to really injure any players that they do have on the roster. So I don't think everybody's gonna be giving 100%. You're gonna give 80%. Why? Because you're getting paid, and you don't want it to look crazy on national television like you're not giving your all. But this game is a quick game. Steelers gonna win. It's gonna be a blowout. I got the Steelers winning like 34, to like 17.
I think this game is a stay away if you're betting on it, just because, the Steelers are probably going to jump out to a big lead, and then they're going to chill for a little bit, and then Jacksonville probably score a touchdown here and there, and they might make the spread backdoor, making a backdoor cover. But it's a stay away altogether. But definitely the Steelers. You don't even have to. If it's money line, of course, Steelers are going to win this. You could bet the bank on that.
Exactly. Now we got another 2 more bullshit games. We got the Lions versus the Panthers. We got the Patriots versus the Texans. Of course, the Miami Dolphins and all the Dolphins fans want the Texans to actually lose. I think the Texans are going to lose because they always lose against the New England Patriots. Patriots won last week. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the New England Patriots going to go ahead and win. Close game, 24-20. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the Lions and the Panthers, and I think that the Lions going to go ahead and win against the Panthers. Both organizations rebuilding right now, but I think
I
the
didn't pick
Lions.
the last game. Quick pick for the last game. I think the Patriots will cover the spread with the Texans. The Texans are just an abysmal team.
Oh yeah, of
so
course.
Patriots covering the spread.
Yeah, Patriots. What's the spread though?
I don't know what it is, but I feel like Patriots cover.
Whatever it is, they gonna cover
Yeah.
it. And the Lions and the Panthers.
They got their running game.
They got the running
Texas
game.
doing anything
Cam
right
Newton
now.
look like he's coming back to old. And the Lions and the Panthers, I think it's a bullshit game. 2 organizations that's rebuilding right now, not consistent. Of course, we know with Stafford, if he is playing, I don't know if he's on injury reserve or anything like that, but if he is playing, you know that he's a quarterback that got an arm. You know he's a quarterback that's a big time with big moments. You know he has a lot of game-winning games when he did have Megatron. So, again, I'm just going to go ahead and say the Panthers can win this. Don't they got Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
So they got Teddy Bridgewater, but still, I'm gonna go
Bridgewater is, he's a good player, but he's not a player that's gonna carry a team because Christian McCaffrey is out again. This
it's
game.
over. It's over.
So,
Lions gonna win 24-17 against the Panthers.
I think the Lions cover this one big. So I would go with the Lions and bet the over on this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay, now before we're gonna jump to the next topic right now. I think it's gonna really be a good game. This is not gonna be a quick pick. This is gonna be a regular game. This is the Titans versus the Ravens. I think both of these teams, the Ravens, I think going to win, and not only I think they're gonna win, they're gonna come out shining. Why? Because look. They got fucking humiliated last week. For the last few weeks, it's been an ongoing conversation about is Lamar Jackson really a franchise quarterback? Is it the offensive coordinator? And we all know before Lamar got there, their head coach was on a hot seat ready to get out of the NFL and lose his job. So right now, I think that it's a lot of desperation right now. I think they lost 2 weeks in a row, possibly 3 weeks in a row. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Ravens. Why? Because I do not like Ryan Tannehill. I know you got this big guy, Hercules, in the backfield. He's just a walking bubonic plague that's just going to stiff arm and kill everybody that touches him, and Henry. But I think that the Ravens are going to go ahead and win this, and they're going to win this 28-14. No, 28-20.
I mean, the Titans, they look bad last game, against the Colts. The Colts kind of made them look mediocre.
Okay.
And the Ravens also didn't look good last game either with the game against the Patriots. So I feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I think it's going to come down to turnovers, obviously. And I'm with you. I feel like Tannehill is just a little bit more turnover-prone than Lamar Jackson is. Lamar Jackson also gives you the running game, and that really didn't get going like it really should have in that last game. So I feel like they get going this week, and the Ravens win a close game, though. I feel like it comes down to, like, the final play, probably a defensive play by the Ravens. And I think they'll win a close, I'm going to say 19-13 game.
Okay. Now, the next game is the Eagles versus the Browns. I think this is going to be a quick pick because we do know both teams are trash.
What?
We know one
What
team
game?
do it, the Eagles versus the Browns. I think.
We don't need Do we?
You know,
All right. Let's
I
pick
think
it.
I think the Browns gonna go ahead and win. I think the Browns gonna win because both of them are dysfunctional right now.
Actually-
The Browns do find a way to win. Their record do not match up with the way they're playing, so I know that they're gonna find a way to go ahead and win this game. I don't really even care about the score, but they're gonna go ahead and win. You want to go ahead and?
I would say the Browns will win this game because they got the strong running game, man. You can depend on Baker Mayfield to not turn the ball over.
Right now.
It seems like right now. I mean, you never know with him sometimes, but they got Nick Chubb back. So now they're playing with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Oh yeah.
When you got those two dogs, and they got one of the best offensive lines in the league, so I feel like the Browns should definitely win this game. They'll cover the spread at least with I would say like 9 to 10 points. So I'm gonna go 27-17 Browns.
Okay, so now let's go to a game that we really want to motherfucking talk about. You know, we're it's Heat Nation, it's Panthers Nation, it's Marlins Nation, and of course, it's all about the motherfucking Dolphins in this motherfucker. So the Dolphins do play this week against the Denver Broncos. I think it's going to be.
Justin Fields just dove into Ezdo right now.
Oh yeah,
Kids are balling.
but
Watch
again,
out for Justin Fields.
Yeah, we're talking about the game that's right now. It's Ohio State versus Indiana.
Watch out for Justin Fields.
Number 3
He
Ohio State
actually
versus,
has the highest percentage.
Who's that?
Justin Fields. This player right now about to dive into the end zone.
Exactly.
Has the highest completion percentage in college football history right now.
It's all good.
Last I seen it was 86%.
It don't matter because we know he's going to be number 1 or number 2
watch
in
out for
the
Justin
draft.
Fields.
We already
He
knew that.
might-
And look at the score. It's 28-7. We say it was
A
going to be
team
42.
might like him more than Trevor Lawrence is basically what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
Like he could be that player.
Yeah, he has that big
He's
body,
a player
that big frame.
that could easily win the Heisman right now, especially if Ohio State keeps winning.
Yeah, it's all good.
But back to the Dolphins.
Yeah,
man.
back to the Dolphins.
They hit on a draft pick in Tua Tagovailoa, so we get to see him once again this Sunday against the Denver Broncos, which I really don't feel like it's going to be a game. It's just great to see, great to say right now.
Yeah, fam, man.
in this time, I mean, in this crazy time. My sports teams, I don't know about your sports teams, but my sports teams are doing well. Every team I root for made the playoffs this year.
Of course.
Every team.
Aren't you all Miami? So I know it's the
So-
Kings. I know it's the Dolphins. I know the Marlins. I know it's
The Panthers made the playoffs.
Yes.
Inter Miami made the playoffs.
yes.
PSG made it to Champions League, made it to the
Okay.
final. We lost in the final, but
we made
it.
it.
The
The Heat made it, and we lost, but we made it.
So this game is a mismatch. I would say off our offense to their defense, but definitely more so our defense to their offense, bro. Like, our defense is flying around right now. They should be having a great day against the Denver Broncos because I don't
already
believe
written.
they're going to have their quarterback who was just mediocre to me at this point of his career. Jrue Lock
Trash.
is a young quarterback
Oh my
who
God.
I don't think is really going to
He's the
develop
def-
into a great quarterback.
He's the
and
fu-
he's not playing in this game anyway.
But still-
So they got the backup of him. So you got the Dolphins defense that are going to just feast on this boy, whoever it is. So I feel like the Dolphins blow this team out, actually. I'm saying like 38-13
Nah.
type of game.
Yeah, I think I agree with the blowout, but I don't think that it's going to be 38 to, what score you said, 14?
38-13.
38-13. I think, of course, like you said, this is a big fucking mismatch. Only reason why we're talking about this game is because we're loyal. We're loyal to everything that's Miami. So when it comes to the Dolphins, again, you have Jrue Lock that's not playing. But let's talk about Jrue Lock for a second. Jrue Lock is the definition of someone that he thinks that he's better than what he really is. You feel me? He's really a C student, but he think he's an A student. He's a guy that celebrates when you're losing. You know, he's a guy that don't get it. You know, and you know, when you have someone at the top, at the head, you know, that don't get it, you know, like you said, you take out the head, the rest of the body fall. It doesn't matter about your defense. Your defense always has been, you know, decent, you know, but you as the quarterback and you have someone less than you as the quarterback, you know, because I think you have talent, but I think your talent is up and down. I don't think you're consistent, you know. I think that even, you know, as a organization, you know, I don't even think John Elway is consistent. You know, I don't even think he should be where he is right now. But, again, that's another story. I think the Dolphins are going to go ahead and destroy you guys on offense, destroy you guys on special teams, destroy you guys on defense. You know, we got Tua Tagovailoa, and we've been winning since we wind up putting him at the helm. He's a quarterback that's accurate, got the most the best accuracy in NCAA history, and mind you, think about all.
I did look that up, by the way, because I had to look that up. So it's passing efficiency.
Oh, efficiency.
That he's the all-time leader, and Tua is all-time leader in passing efficiency.
Exactly. So what does that mean? You got Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, all these motherfucking Hall of Famers, motherfuckers that won multi championships, and he holds that record. So that's the motherfucker that's on the motherfucking Miami Dolphins. We're going to beat you guys all over the place. And look, I'm going to go ahead and say the Miami Dolphins going to win 32-17.
All right, that was pretty close to what I scored. So I think, by the way, it is going to be a homecoming for Jerry Jeudy in that game, so watch out for the young boy Jerry Jeudy.
It doesn't matter.
He's from Deerfield Beach.
How you going to get the ball? Your quarterback can't get it to you.
Yeah, I know. You know, I mean, he is. Hopefully, he can get like at least, you know, a little dump off passes, because I got him on my fantasy team, so I need him to work.
Come on, man. Nah, man. Nah.
I need Jerry Jeudy to work, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, another guy that I got on my fantasy team is Calvin Ridley, also from the crib, and he's playing for, you know, the Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully he's back from injury and can play in this game, and I really think he's gonna be a big difference, because when he plays with Julio Jones together, that offense can move. It's really their defense that really can't like stop anybody.
Okay.
You know, so I feel like Atlanta is gonna win this game straight up, because the Saints right now they seem like they're in flux. Obviously, losing Drew Brees is a big loss, and there's the shuffle on who's actually going to play at quarterback with Jameis Winston. We thought was going to play. We see videos of Jameis Winston out there, who I still think is a bust. You know, just being that he was the number one pick, you know, him and Marcus Mariota, two busts in that same draft, you know, so it's not always guaranteed that the best quarterback is, you know, going to be the franchise quarterback for the rest of for the rest of their career. Okay. So the fact that they're going with Taysom Hill is really odd to me, just because you've had Taysom Hill for how long? And I didn't realize he was that old. Did you realize, like, this dude is, like, 30 years old?
Exactly.
Like, how you 30 and, like, you must have – I mean, you know –
he don't mind collecting the checks. That's it.
I feel like the reason why he's older, though, is because I believe he went to BYU. And at BYU, sometimes they do these missions and they don't play for a while and they come back.
They're fucking trash.
And they come back and then they play. So I'm thinking maybe that is the case with him. But still, like, this whole time, if you were really the truth, you probably would have got value with him to trade for this long, or he would have competed more with Drew Brees, I guess. No, but, like, the fact that you're going with Taysom Hill means there's going to be a lot of running game in this game. So I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I think they're going to score just because you still got Michael Thomas. You know, you still got Jared Cook at tight end. And you still got Alvin Kamara. So as long as you can, you know,
get him the ball.
you're good to go, especially with Kamara. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Falcons beat the Saints in a close game. It's going to be, I would say, 28-24.
I think the Falcons going to go ahead and find a way to win. Of course, like you said, they don't know who the hell the quarterback going to be. We don't know if Jameis Winston is officially a bust like, Marcus is saying. I don't know, as far as Jameis Winston. Why? Because, like, he's a product of being hard-headed like a motherfucker. Like, when I seen him at FSU, when I seen him squinting downfield and stuff like that, like you got all this money and you don't want to go ahead and get the surgery. He finally got the surgery. Last week he did do decent, covering for Drew Brees. I really do think they should have gave him a shot and see if he can do it, from the snap, from the beginning of the game. But again, like you said, you got Peyton Hill, he's fucking like 30, and I don't, for me, I look at him as a gimmick quarterback, because that's the only time they really put him in when
That's
they try to do
exactly what
gimmicks,
he is. He's like a fake ass Tim Tebow.
Exactly. So again, and you don't want to say that because Tebow is garbage as fuck as far as passing.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
You can give me everything else, but again, I think that you got Julio Jones, you got Kamara and everybody else, like you were saying, but they can't shine if the quarterback don't get them the ball. It's not like the NBA where, all you need to do is just pass the ball and I could just hog the ball and score, So, it's different. So I think that the Atlanta, like you said, it's going to be a close game because I do think the New Orleans Saints is a better team than the Atlanta Falcons right now. But because they don't know who their main starting quarterback is going to be. I know they say Peyton Hill right now is going to start, but, I think it's a lot of, bullshit brewing in New Orleans right now as far as with the head coach, the injury to Drew Brees, and not being as decisive on who's going to be the backup quarterback. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a high-scoring – no, not even – well, I'm saying high scoring. This is going to be a game 24-20, and I think that the Atlanta Falcons do actually win that game. So the next topic that we're going to jump on is we do have sad news, Dolphin Nation, Miami Nation, Jake Scott, Super Bowl MVP of the Dolphins, perfect season at that. How we slide in this motherfucker. He wound up dying. I think Chris was telling me that I knew he died, but I didn't know, the details. And I think Chris told me that he fell down some stairs.
Damn.
He got in a coma and he wound up dying while he was in a coma. We're going to salute him. Of course, we're going to salute everybody that's part of Miami, Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, everybody, You know what it is. You come from Dade County, you represent Dade County, is loyalty till death. So, I know that he was the MVP when we did win a Super Bowl. When he did play, he was the safety of the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to even be thought of being born yet, because like 1972, I was born in 85. So, he has 13 years on me as far as playing, so not even just life, just playing. So, I don't know him too much, but I do know the history of the Dolphins, and I'm going to go ahead and say sad story, salute. We'll see you in heaven when we do get there.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace to Jake Scott, for real. I mean, he's really he's Mr. Undefeated. If you really kind of think about it, because of him, we're all undefeated as Miami Dolphins fans. Amen. If he was the MVP of that team, he's undefeated. And rest in peace to you, because I represent you, just like you mentioned, like before we were even being thought of. Because we represent you now, because we represent them undefeated 72 Dolphins. Because it's kind of like being from Miami, being a Dolphins fan, you're always undefeated. And that's because, largely in part, because of Jake Scott. So rest in peace, Jake Scott. You know, we with you. You're always undefeated in our eyes because we undefeated. 72 Dolphins forever, baby.
You know we
Let's
gotta give
go.
him a moment of silence. You feel me?
Okay. All right, man. Let's just go into the next topic, or did we want to pick some more games? Because like we still didn't pick the Monday night game, which is the Rams and the Bucks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Rams and the Bucks is a big game because these are teams that have to win. Both are very explosive. Both got pretty good defenses as well. Jalen Ramsey is really, I feel like he's completely healthy now. And you still got Aaron Donald. And then on the other side, the Bucks have a great defense, also that great offense. So this could be kind of like an elimination game for me because I feel like one of these teams is a pretender. You know? Could be both. But at least one of these teams is a pretender. And we're going to find out on Monday night. Will Tom Brady really become that guy we saw last week or that bum we saw the week before? So I don't know.
I know
what's going to happen in this game, honestly.
I do.
But if I had to pick, I'm going to actually pick the Rams.
Thank you.
To win this game.
Me too.
I feel like the Rams are actually a better team on both sides of the ball.
There you go.
More consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But they still win a close game. Somehow Tom Brady keeps it close. So I say 24-20 Rams win.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% because, like, everybody knows a few years back, when Tom Brady lost in the Super Bowl or even in the playoffs, when you put pressure on his ass, he turned the dick dice. He folds at the moments. Nah, Hall of Famer, but again, that's questionable for me because, again, I call him Tom Shady because you're part of the evil empire with Bill Belichick and the greatest coach of all time with the best record, undefeated season, in Don Shula calls you Belichick. He wouldn't
rest
come
in peace
out.
To Don Shula
rest in peace
too.
to him also.
We
but
lost
he
him
wouldn't
this year
come
too. That's
out.
crazy. We lost Don
and
Shula
say,
and Jay Scott.
Like you're Belichick if you're not Belichick, because you got to understand it's a brotherhood, So for him to come out and say that against the brotherhood, that mean that it's some validity behind that, And of course, Belichick got caught like 3 or 4 times. But going to the game, Tom Brady versus Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Donald, this is my depiction of the game. Aaron Donald in the backfield, Tom Brady for a sack, Tom Brady for a hurry. Tom Brady hurries the ball and throws up, and Jalen Ramsey for an interception. That's what I think is going to be happening. I think it's going to be a close game. Why? Because I think that fucking Goff is a goof. You feel me? He's like fucking Goofy, Goof Troop. You feel me? He's gonna always fuck up when it really means
I'm not
some
gonna be
shit.
able to take that out of my head now.
His ass,
Jared Goof.
Yeah, get Jared's Goof. You feel
Jared
me?
Goof.
When his ass Garsh, you feel me? When his ass motherfucking can't do a bootleg or run out the pocket,
Why you
he's
did that
trash.
to me, man? Why you did that to me?
But
now
I'm just
I can't like he's never gonna be Goff again. Never gonna be Goff again.
But it's true though.
Jared Goof.
Jared
Even
Goof,
if he wins a Super Bowl, Jared Goof just won a Super
but
Bowl.
it sounds better also. It sounds better than his real name, Golf. You feel me? So again, at the end of the day, we know what he normally turns into. Both of them aren't that great when they're not in their safe zone. Golf when he's out the pocket scrambling or doing a bootleg, and Tom Brady, he likes staying in the pocket. How you gonna do that when you got Aaron Donald in the backfield? So I do really think that it's gonna be a close game, but I do think that Jalen Ramsey From Florida. You know how we do it from FSU, even though I don't fuck with him because he's from FSU. But damn, we produce Hall of Famers in the state of Florida. And I think that, you know, right now you said that you think that he's healthy. And if he is healthy, I think that, you know, that just swings the vote in who's going to win the game into, you know, the favor of Jared Goff and Rams. So I think that it's going to be a close game. I would say 28-32. No, matter of fact, let me scratch that. 20-17 in favor of the Rams.
All right. So we're gonna transition over to our segment, Duck of the Week.
Oh my god!
And I think I already put this on our Instagram of who we was gonna give it to, and I guess we're gonna give it to Bob Arum of Top Rank Boxing.
Bitch ass.
Really old school promoter. He's been around since like Don King era, and so he knows his shit. But let me just set the stage, right? So boom, we talked about the Terrence Crawford fight. We previewed it last week or the week before. And one of the things I said was that I guess Terrence Crawford was in an interview and they pretty much asked him like, okay, if you don't get the big fights that you want because of the promoter, like what, like, are you going to leave this and this and that? I don't think Terrence Crawford ever said he was going to leave, but he like left it open. Like, cause Terrence Crawford, he's loyal. He's like, you would like Terrence Crawford. So
I fought with him. I seen him.
So boom.
I seen a little bit of it.
Yeah, so the fight was dope. Terrence Crawford whooped Kell Brook in the 4th round, easy work. And I guess they interviewed Bob Arum. They asked him about Terrence Crawford, and I guess maybe Bob Arum heard what he said, and he didn't say too kindly things about Terrence Crawford. He pretty much said like, "Yo, I'm losing money on Terrence Crawford. I'm not in the business of losing money on him anymore.
How you losing and I'm winning?"
I could with the last 2 fights, the money I've lost in his last 2 fights, I could buy a mansion in Beverly Hills. So pretty much saying like, yo, we don't need Terrence Crawford. He also said Terrence Crawford should promote himself like a Shakur Stevenson, like a Manny Pacquiao, like a Mayweather. Now let me tell you one thing, all right? Mayweather left Bob Arum because he felt like Bob Arum wasn't promoting him the way he wanted to. And Pacquiao, he doesn't even talk English, so he doesn't really promote himself. He fights. That's how he promotes, because he fights. Shakur Stevenson, he's almost like a nice guy. He don't promote. Crawford, he promotes himself. He talks shit, you know what I mean? Like, the motherfucker is dope. So pretty much, yeah, Bob Arum kind of was out of pocket.
He's just a bitch
saying,
ass
like,
nigga.
yo, we need Terrence Crawford, and so I want to give him Duck of the Week.
I'm going to give him Duck of the fucking week also, because at the end of the day, like motherfucking Dana White was saying, like, it's not my motherfucking responsibility to motherfucking worry about how you going to pay me. Like, I talk shit. People like a motherfucker that talks shit. Even though they hate him, you know, you got to understand, every publicity is good publicity. You know, when you talking shit or when you're the hero like Hulk Hogan or some shit like that. You feel me? It don't fucking matter. So Crawford, he talks shit. You feel me? I remember you was telling me to look him up real quick, see how he talks shit. You sent me a few videos, Chris. I did watch him. I fuck with him the long way. You feel me? Because he talks shit and he backs it fucking up. Same like I fuck with Mayweather. He talks shit, but he gonna back it up. That's why he 50-0. So again, is it his fucking fault? Like everybody should be knowing Terrence Crawford right now, and you had to fucking tell me about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. You saying you could lose money, and I'm fucking winning the fights. I mean, I just knocked this motherfucker out in the 4th fucking round. It's your fucking job to promote me, promote everything that I do. I don't know if you're I mean, we all fucking know boxing is fucking corrupt like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But besides that, like, I'm beating these motherfuckers' ass, talking shit, while I'm doing it, who don't want to see some shit like that? Who can you blame? I'm going to blame your fucking old ass that's probably stuck in fucking the Wizard of Oz and not in 2020 right now with social media and everything like that. Because some motherfuckers be stuck in their fucking ways, and that be the old motherfuckers. Old motherfuckers do not like change. Same like fucking baseball and all these motherfucking other organizations that's fucking dying out right now. You know, because people do not want to fucking change. People like a motherfucker to talk shit. When they say bitch ass nigga and all that shit, we like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard this news, man, it's just hilarious, dog. I mean, it's just ridiculous, hilarious, because to me, it's like you basically the boss, right? So if you the boss, you call the shots. So if you call the shots and it's your business, then it sounds like and you not making the business to your liking, then it sounds like you need to be fired.
Duh.
It sounded like you just fired yourself.
Duh.
Did you just fire yourself, bro?
1 plus 1 is 2.
You're your own manager, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So it's basically you're managing yourself, and now you just basically gave me a performance evaluation of yourself, of how garbage you are, and now
and
you
your
told
feelings.
me to basically, you know what, fire my ass.
Fire me.
You know,
Didn't somebody else have a problem
with
with his ass behind that shit?
I would say thank you. If I'm Terrence
yeah,
Crawford,
Mayweather.
Yeah, if I'm Terrence Crawford and other boxers in the past, I'm just going to be like, yo, I'm good with you, fam.
And not just that.
You know, like, I'm out because, like, yo, you basically fired yourself when you say something like that. Like, if you're not doing the job right to your liking or to my liking, then you need to be fired. Move on.
But think about it.
But to just say something like that,
Think about
just
it.
like, wow.
Imagine he say some
what
shit
Dana
like
White,
that.
What Dana White said, I mean, couldn't have said it any better.
Oh yeah. See, but my whole thing is, imagine what he said. Like all these other boxers wind up doing the same shit because, like you said, Chris. I mean, Mayweather had that same spat, and look at Mayweather. Even though he's a shit talker, his money, he cut the fucking middleman out. You know, so like, if Crawford, he's gonna bank on himself. He's gonna gamble on himself. He's gonna promote on himself. It's easier right now because of social media. So we really don't even need your bitch ass Bob Arums. You know, I could do this myself. Mayweather is gone, so I can go ahead and just shadow what he did. I'm gonna make all that money. You know, and even if I don't do a better job than you, I still make more money because I cut you out. More money in for me. So, Bob Arums, duck of the day, you a bitch ass nigga.
Duck of
you
the
feel
week.
me?
Could be
Duck of the week,
month.
duck of the month, duck of the year for that dumbass garbage
Yeah.
ass statement.
Yeah, on the last thing on this, just to show you Terrence Crawford's loyalty, like he was on the Ak and Barack show, which is these two brothers that do I think they do boxing analysts and interviews for DAZN.
Okay.
Pretty good. They're pretty dope. So but yeah, Terrence Crawford was on there. They asked him about it. They told him the quote that Bob Arum said, because I don't think he really, he kind of stays away from shit like that. He's like one of them people, he doesn't deal with shit through the news. Like, if you got, you know what I mean? He's
Like
he's
Diddy.
gonna holla at you, he's
like Diddy.
yeah, he's a real dude. So
No, Diddy's not a
oh
real
no,
dude.
no, not Diddy. Nah, I'm talking about Terrence Crawford.
Oh,
Terrence
okay,
Crawford,
okay.
he's gonna holla at you on the phone. He's not gonna go through the newspaper yo, this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So they
He's
told him what he said. At first, Terrence Crawford's like, yo, if that's really how he feels, then let me go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think he's come out. He said that, Bob Arum, he's a good-hearted dude, and he also said we'll get top-ranked feud figured out. He said I can't bash Bob Arum. He's tried everything. So at the end of the day, that shows you Terrence Crawford's loyalty. It's not. He's one of those dudes. But
Yeah.
I think next up is the
Bitch ass
Benjamin
nigga.
report. We should
of course
talk about some high school. I know Mark has got some stuff to get off his chest on high school. So
You know the Benjamin Report is always live. You know we're gonna hand it over to Mr. Benjamin.
I mean, it was just two big games last night. Obviously,
Vibes.
playoff games with four of the best teams in South Florida with Cardinal Gibbons, Gulliver. That game came out like how I predicted as far as Cardinal Gibbons winning the game. No, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. It ended up being 29-7, just no offense from Gulliver. Unfortunately for Gulliver, their season has come to an end. So Cardinal Gibbons moves on, and I feel like they are the favorite to win 4A.
Okay.
Brody Pelleggi, who already won a championship with Cardinal Gibbons already as their starting quarterback, could be on his way to winning too.
Why not?
So we'll see. I mean, if things were a little differently, maybe if all the teams were playing from South Florida, maybe that would be different. Maybe.
Asterisk.
But and they're still gonna claim that championship nonetheless if
Why
they
not?
win it. The other big game, obviously, was American Heritage and Miami Northwestern. Unfortunately, Miami, for Liberty City fans, Miami Northwestern lost to American Heritage 12-3. It was a defensive struggle throughout this game.
And that's the game you said you was going to go to?
Yeah, that's the game I was at.
Yeah, you said that was going to be the defensive game, and it's
Yeah.
exactly what your
That's
ass
what
said.
happened. Yeah, yeah. It was a low scoring game. Unfortunately, there were not a lot of big plays, but there were 4 turnovers by Northwestern that were basically critical. Their quarterback was only a sophomore, Tiger, threw some critical interceptions in the red zone. Unfortunately. Yeah, he threw some questionable balls that were intercepted. In the red zone is probably the key part because they could have scored those couple of times. So American Heritage now is like that favorite to win it all. Mm-hmm. To me, they got the best defensive backs in the country.
Okay.
To be honest,
Go to the U.
like they got top flight defensive backs, and it's not uncommon for that school at all because Patrick Surtain Jr. went there, who's going to be like a number 1 pick next year. Obviously, that's Surtain's son. Mm-hmm. And Tyson Campbell, also a 5-star coming out of that school. But Jacoby Spells, James Williams, obviously committed to the U. Bugsy Silvera, who is Bugsy Silvera, who's Nesta Silvera, who plays for the U's little brother. Yeah, Jacoby Spells, also Damian Fagan. All of these are top flight defensive backs, and I just named you 5. So, also Brian Blades Jr., who was also on that squad. So there's a lot of players who don't get enough playing time, who probably could start for a lot of other football teams. Yeah, I interviewed with Jacoby Spells and Jaden Kinlock, who actually had 2. Yeah, from American Heritage, who actually had 2. Turnovers in the game. He had an interception and he also had a fumble recovery. So he's also a wrestler too, by the way. So yeah, this kid he's like one of the top Max Preps wrestlers in the nation. Yeah, he's a linebacker for American Heritage. So
he could either go into football or possibly MMA.
Or possibly MMA. I mean, that is the next level for wrestling. So watch out for him. Jaden Kinlock is his name. Jaden Kinlock. Huh? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, that's it for the Benjamin Report. I got overzealous with the last podcast, and I said that Edison and Chaminade were playing this week, but they actually play the next week. So look forward to that game because there's playmakers all over that feet. That's going to be over that on that Trads Powell field in Opelika next week. So look forward to that. That potentially could decide the 3A state championship.
I mean, I don't really know what we got next after this. There's not really.
That's it, man. That's a wrap.
I think there's like a UFC fight tonight. I don't really know too much about it. The main card, I know the co-main event is these two females fighting, Jennifer Maia versus Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know too much about Jennifer Maia, so I can't really break her down. But Valentina Shevchenko, she's a fucking beast. She knows how to fucking fight. Little blonde hair chick from I don't know where, somewhere in Eastern Europe. I'm telling you, yo, those Eastern Europeans are taking over. They're taking over sports. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's a beast.
What?
She should
Let's break that news right now.
All right.
Breaking news. Jay Crowder. You know, your boy Jay Crowder signed a 3-year deal with the Miami Heat. Oh, this is bad news.
This is bad news.
Oh, I missed that.
He
What?
signed with the fucking Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns?
The fuck, man?
The okie doke.
$30 million deal, man.
With the Phoenix Suns.
And we do know that Jay Crowder, you know, this is his last payday, so I do understand why. But, damn, you know, he was one of the pivotal pieces that we had in the playoffs, in the bubble. You know, he could guard all 4 or all 5 players, you know, besides having the height, you know, because if you're going against a 7-footer like, you know, AD, but damn, bad news for Heat Nation. Shit, you know, this kind of ruined my mood right now as far as, you know, the Miami Heat, but
sad to see Jay Crowder go because he was that 3-and-D guy that you could always depend
it's all
on.
good. We wanted Iguodala
He's a good rotational player. I'd definitely take him over Iguodala just because of age, though. But unfortunately, we lose Jay Crowder. But we got Precious, though, man. You know, we got Precious, and you know, I look forward to a really solid Heat season with the guys that we got coming back so far. At least we got Goran Dragic. That was the only one that I was thinking maybe that's the other team. I've been saying it, and I'll keep saying it. It's Giannis, bruh. Like, that's all we need. This game is over. If we, you know, we get Giannis, trade Kendrick Perkins, Kendrick Nunn, and we are good to go. We will win an NBA championship, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for podcast right now. I mean, Wes is handling restroom shit. But yeah, hey Tyson. Tyson's sleeping. I was gonna introduce Tyson to the podcast, but he's sleeping. So yeah, man. There's another one. We'll come at you.
Another one.
With that midweek Zoom episode. You know what I mean? And yeah, for sure, man.
We'll see how many points the Dolphins put on them Broncos.
You already know.
You know?
You already know.
But MarcWes Sportscast.
The show.
Signing off.